Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Banished. Today's beverage is a utterly creamy banana milkshake, very nice indeed. So welcome back to Banished, and on the subject of puns, in the previous episodes we were purchasing some chickens, some sheep, some cows, and we will be breeding horses, and that means that our food supply is now a lot more stable than it was. We did have a population explosion. Currently we have 88 adults, 16 students and 18 children in Generi Town. We also placed and moved around some fishing docks and expanded our satellite operations where we have hunting cabins and foresters and gatherers and herbalists and other such things. In this episode, it's going to be all about trying to maximise efficiency where it's reasonable to do so. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of travel time for where certain buildings are, and I want to just shift things around just to try and make them a bit more efficient. So going to... Well, we talked about the food supply, and we do have this crop field here. The crop field itself is actually in an okay position. However, when they harvest it, as people rightly pointed out, they have to travel all the way down to the barns in the middle. Now, that's not a problem for the orchards or even necessarily for the pastures. However, it would be better if we had a more localized storage solution, which is going to be the storage barn here, which ironically can't be placed because of one tile. I guess we're going to have to remove this road here. That's not necessarily a problem because I don't even think we can tunnel under it. I've just assumed that I can, but I've not actually tried it. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. And that wouldn't work. Yeah, we can't place a tunnel there, I don't think, anywhere. So it's not too much of an issue. Anyway, we're going to remove this, and then we're going to place the barn. I also want to put in a more localized storage for the quarry. When we have people leaving the quarry, they leave through about this area here near the central part of the mine workings. So ideally the storage would be right here, but that's where we currently got the two pastures, so obviously it ain't going to go there. The storage barn will now fit in. And I think because of that, the best place for it after that, because it's quite a distance to store the stone in the middle, is probably to knock down this house and have a bit of storage here and maybe across the way. It's going to be probably 3 bits of storage, but it's not going to be too much of an issue, I don't think. And then finally I want to shift some woodcutters around. Or speaking of woodcutters, actually, I'm going to say firewood. Don't store any firewood, but let's store some more logs. I'll slowly ramp up the logs, and we're going to trade logs directly rather than the woodcutter. And this is all from a couple of people's suggestions in the comments, so thank you if you've left comments regarding some of these changes. We're going to probably put in some more stone houses as well, but I don't want to over-egg that. We might end up going... Yeah, to the similar place as before, where we had a big issue with food. If we go over to here and food, we can see that food is increasing, which is exactly what we want. The reserve of logs is low. That's only because they've been taking them directly from the storages, which is the stockpiles here, and then shifting them over. How are we doing for building? Building is okay, 70% complete for the storage barn. I don't envisage this being used this season. We're in late autumn and most of the fields have been harvested, so there you are. Apparently Nell the Gatherer has died of old age, sadly, and Thel has replaced them. Fair enough. We also have 18 students. We've got this stone house here, which is, the schoolhouse. Yeah, it's here. It's doing nothing at the moment because we don't have to have it activated, but we will do that if and when we need to. It's not really in an ideal position. I would like it to be in a much better position. Here would be good, but again, no landscaping tools, so we can't alter that. So we now have the storage barn, which is good. We also have fleeces now, which means we can make a slightly better clothing, warm coat, which is leather and wool. Wool, we're only producing 24 in this current season, although we've only recently got them, and the I was going to say herd. No, the flock is nowhere near the size that it... Oh, no, it is at maximum size now, 9 out of 9, and we do have a couple of lambs in there, I can see. Anyway, over to some building, and I want to remove that structure, and it might seem like a bit of a waste, and it probably is, but we are then going to shift it just a little bit further down to a point where it's directly next to the stockpile that is supplying the firewood. We've had, sadly, Carney the Hunter has died of old age, but Thel has replaced them. Hang on, I thought we've already seen that one, right? Anyway, supply of iron is low, supply of firewood is low, supply of iron is low. Can we gather some iron then? I think we probably can. Collect iron, and I know there's loads of iron at these parts. We'll just set all that to collection, and that's fine. We will also have eventually a bit of a problem when it comes to stone, and the reason for that is we have placed all of these roads in here, and as they build that, it's going to take a little while to sort of even that out. So the woodcutter's getting moved over, which is fine. The other woodcutter is in here, and I want to place them probably, again, where we're getting more wood, which is where this forest lodge is here. And I'd probably place it... I would like to place it there, but again, we've got a bit of a hilly landscape, so I'll probably place it just next to that. I'm very aware that doing all this is reducing the surface area of the land for gathering stuff, but we'll see if that's a huge issue. I don't think it will become a massive problem, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. We have 19 students now. If we get to 20, I will open up another schoolhouse. I think we'll have to do that. I also, like I say, want to knock down maybe this and put some storage in, just a stockpile. But then we may need some more housing. Although we do have, to be fair, we do have the boarding house if need be. How are we doing for this? 99% complete. There we go, and now it is complete, and apparently it says no citizens available to work, and now the citizen is able to work. Excellent. So, we've got a stockpile, and we've got woodcutter, so that should be working. I'm going to now remove the other one, and again, we're going to shift that over. I would like it there, but nowhere near. It's not going to fit in there. We could just place it next to this one, couldn't we? We could. Oh, I think, you know what, I will place it there. And we can see all of the trees now starting to pop some leaves out. Lovely, lovely. Is this stockpile being used? It is. Sorry, storage barn, not a stockpile. We have in chicken, eggs, iron tools, fish, onions, warm coats, and venison. Okay, that's not terrible at all. The schoolhouse, it would be nice if we could shift it. What would be a better position for it? What would be a better position for it? So, schoolhouse. I think I did measure here, and it just wouldn't fit in, yeah, by 2 tiles. We could move it a bit, but if I was to remove that, that would make a nice little field, but I don't know if we need that. We do have the trader that's just arrived, so what have they got? Ah, they have walnut seeds, chestnut seeds, cabbage seeds, and wheat seeds. A cabbage field would be nice. Sadly, I don't think we have the number of resources to trade over. No, we need additional resources. So I'm going to transfer maybe a couple of logs, and that'll probably do the job. We also have warm coats. I don't know how many warm coats. We've got hide coats. Let's say 50. We'll see if they'll do that. We'll get some cabbages. I don't need to buy anything like eggs, pecans, or anything like that, because we can do that ourselves. So, let's see. Just increase this. Wait for the rest of it to move over, actually, before we do that. They tend to stay there for a little while, so I'm not too concerned. How's building over here? It's not terrible. And we're currently in spring. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove that house, and there's people now homeless, and then immediately they're not homeless. I'm guessing boarding house? Yes, indeed. They're now here. Let's just see what the game does, because it might automatically move people around and into other houses. If not, then, well, we'll have to do some moving over ourselves. Okay. We can now get cabbage seeds, but we are overpaying. So I'm going to reduce that down and trade. There we go. We now have cabbage seeds, which means we can probably get another field in. And I'm going to put the field in here. Don't know if it's a good place or not, but it's where it's going to go. And there. And obviously it's going to require a removal of one tree. And then that'll be it. In the boarding house, yes, we do still have people in the boarding house. So another house would be good. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to place it... oh, interesting. If we were to place it there, could we get another house behind it? No, we can't. So I'm just going to place it there. And that means that probably the teacher and the cleric can maybe live in that one. Okay, so this one, cabbages. And we have a lot of labourers, I've just noticed. Let's go and increase the amount of farmers we've got. And indeed the stone cutters. Job done. Are we producing? Materials required are not available. That's ales, cherry. I wonder if we can make some cabbage ale. Oh, as I said that, I was like, no, that doesn't sound very appetizing at all. Lovely cabbage ale. Alright, so the woodcutter is over there fine. This one is fine. I'm guessing there's going to be a shortage of logs. Yes, that's simply because of the trading, and they're now moving all of the available logs right over to the trading post, so that's what's happened there. Maybe another woodcutter would be a nice place, and I think a woodcutter around here would be pretty good. So a woodcutter, actually we could place it in the middle here, couldn't we, if we needed to. So it is in here, and forester, not a woodcutter. Always getting the names mixed up in this. Easily done, easily done. And it would go in here quite nicely. Apparently, it's okay having a forester and a hunting cabin together. However, you don't ideally want a gatherer's hut, because there's more resources spawn in more mature, less managed forests. Don't know if that's true, but there we go. We are out of the resources for this warm coat. Shame. We have a lot of leather, and obviously we'll be getting more fleece from the sheep. Oh, and we're getting mutton now because it's a full pasture. Similar thing, we're getting leather and beef, and then eggs and chicken, but no feathers. Okay, this has been removed now, and is that a deer there? I think it is. And we want to go to resources. It's a stockpile. And I'm going to place this in... I could make it 8x3. I can make a 4x4. And there's no reason why I can't do that. And then that. Can I have one on the other side? There's just little stockpiles around there. You know, but they'll just fill up as and when is required. Okay. We are... I think still in need of some more homes, which I will place around these parts. Oh, that's a wooden home. So we can place some more homes, and I think what we'll do is have it so we can make a line. So we can go, I think, there. Actually, there's no reason to do that. We can just do this, can't we? That'll be sufficient, I think. And stone road to there. Okay, we also need to talk about some... we'll talk about a mine at some point. Oh, there we go. Immediately, we are now getting the stockpiles filled. And the reserve of logs is low. Yes, indeed. We've told them to build stuff, and how we're doing the yield 0. What's our food like? It's not terrible at all. I'm going to guess it's hovering around the 3,000. Obviously, it's early autumn, so that'll start increasing. I might shift the schoolhouse and put it in the field in there. I don't know. Haven't yet decided. And I want to hopefully rehouse some of the... Well, all of the people in the boarding house. Ideally, I want to rehouse them. But we are building this. And maybe another house over here. for the increased, because we obviously increased jobs over here as well. There we go. 16 students and 12 children. Population is leveling off. Might put some more homes in. Would a home go in there? I bet it wouldn't. It's weird that because of the road, the land's been sort of... It's been sort of moved around. Actually, wait. Why can't... We can place in here, which is great. That's actually good to know. But why... Has it been altered because of the building of the graveyard and this? I wonder. Let's go to town services. Graveyard. And a graveyard would... yeah, cemetery would go in there. We'll have to see if we need to move people around. That home is supplied with all of the resources apart from logs. That's why we're trying to build another forester. And it is very, very wet. Lots of people working as labourers, and we are getting more stone. I'm going to not increase the stone cutters, simply because obviously we're going to be building the foresters' lodges, which is going to be another 2 foresters. How we're doing for stored things. Hide is getting stored, and also herbs as well. What is our storage of herbs, actually? Herbs is 200, and what did we produce in the previous season? We produced 105 in the previous season. But we only have one herbalist on that. We could increase the amount of herbalists, not that we need to do that. What is our current supply of herbs? Oh, stored medicine is only 1. Okay, we... Probably best to increase our herbalists. And maybe build another herbalist somewhere else if is required. We could do that. We could indeed. Looks like the other forester's lodge is in. So we need... no more fire cutters. Firewood cutters. And let's go for... maximum foresters. There we go. It's in there freezing, and I guess it's because all of the wood has been brought to the trading post. Let me just set that to 500 and, you know, actually allow them to crack on with the other stuff. We have 97 adults, 14 students, and only 10 children. See, they're actually cold here, minus 6 degrees, but health is good and happiness is good. And I'm going to have to reduce the stone cutters again so we have a spare labourer. Resource production limit has been reached. Okay. Do I increase the alcohol limit? I mean, I could. Food is all pretty good. Oh, look at that big jump. Wonder what's happened there. And once again, we've had, sadly, people dying of old age. I think we're going to place some housing in here. People out of the boarding house. They are out of the boarding house. Let's go for stone house and have 1, 2. I think we'd be able to place 3 in, wouldn't we? No, sadly not. It would go back there, though. I could put it like there. Yeah, it would fit in, which is an interesting concept. But let's make sure we get more firewood first, shall we? And how we're doing for production. Wow. Current season, the woodcutter, logs 3, leather 6. They've not produced a thing. Oh, there's firewood there. What about this one? Oh, there, Firewood, 284. That's fine. So we definitely have a forester here. And it is producing logs. Only 177 though. Wow. It says they're freezing. Is it? Yeah, it is firewood. It's the lack of firewood that we have. Okay. We have wood, and there is firewood. Is it because they're outside of the market range? No, because those are having the same problem. And it's not clothes, because we've got clothes as well. How curious. Cabbage yield, 0%. But someone is working the fields. There's 3 people assigned to it. So it's fine. Yes, I'm not currently sure why all this is the case. I'm guessing it's just, like I say, the firewood issue. Because it's down to 4. Early spring. And we might, this episode, tip over the 100 adult population. Should we put another stockpile in here? Stockpile. Just have it as a 5x4. That should be fine. Seeing a lot more children being born now because obviously we've got extra housing. That extra housing is sadly cold. 18 degrees, and it still says that. Is that just it's out of fire? There's no firewood. Clothes is 137, which is pretty good. If we go to clothing, that's okay. But herbs is nothing. Are we not producing any herbs? Or again, is it just because they've moved them over? They produce 6 herbs. Wow, okay. I think we are... No herbs in here. Wow, okay. So we have a problem with herbs. Which means that the hospital won't be doing anything. Right, let's go for another herbalist then. It's not an issue I thought we'd have, actually. So herbalist. Where is herbalist going to go? I think we'll place one here, maybe. See how that fares. Seeing a lot of the cold symbols removed now. I'm guessing it is a firewood thing. That firewood's was okay and then it's dropping. It's hovering around... Oh, I was going to say it's hovering around the 50-60. It's just dropped to 16. Has the market got some? No, it has not. I wonder where it's being stored. Oh, hang on. We got firewood in there. Right, okay. And also, I noticed the cabbage field is... Yeah, it's been planted. We have some cabbages. For some cabbage stew, perhaps. Yeah, that's getting fixed. I think it was just a supply issue there. Speaking of supply, how much is left in this quarry? We're on 59% remaining. And we've only got 2 left. Obviously, there's the roads to build as well. Some trading. This guy's got some pear seeds. Oh, we could get pears and make perry. But also has... Not really. We don't really have anything to trade over, so no, we're not going to bother. Herbalists. 21 herbs this season, and the previous one, 51. They say as soon as this one's built, which is requiring stone... Got some more people on stone cutting. Just noticed some stone was dropped off at that stockpile, and now it's moved over to, hopefully, here. Indeed, that's what it was. Yep, 3 of 12. We have some wood stored here and some iron. Obviously, we've told them to remove the iron from here. It's all cleared now, so the trees will naturally sort of reforest it themselves. It encroaches on that gap that's there now. Students, we have... how many students? 12 students and 12 children. We've still also got this over here to finish. I think it's only goes... We've got 2 builders. That should be fine. 7 of 12 stone. Let's have some more stone cutters there. Say, oh, there's the trader going. Should we check? Are they able to get past? Yeah, not a problem at all. Just clip straight through the dock, mate. No problem. Right. So, I think firewood is good. Wood is fine. And clothing is going down. Now, that could be because we are trying to make the better clothing, which is warm coats, which requires wool and leather. We have, in the previous season, generated, wow, 800 mutton and 36 wool. How curious. The reserve of iron is also low. Yeah. I do think a mine is in our future. Do we have the population to support a mine? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Over to... How are they doing for here? They are getting built, that's fine. Over to some... Collect iron. Collect iron there. Any iron around here, we'll gather. I think most of it's been picked up, truth be told. Yeah. A lot of this has been gathered. But we can select all these. And just the map's actually quite large, isn't it? It is indeed. We're using this tiny section, then we've got all of this. Not that I anticipated expanding that far. There's all the cabbages, and again, they'll be harvesting that, and it won't won't need to go very far, will it? It'll go in this storage barn or this storage barn, which I was about to say I might knock one down, but the central storage barn is 77% full, so we're definitely not knocking that down. As for this is getting filled with all of the peppers, which is exactly what we expected, and indeed some mutton, so they're just bringing it straight across there. It's not a direct route, but they can just walk through the orchard. That isn't a problem. Boarding house is empty, which is alright. We have the log limit reached. Okay. In that case, we are going to say logs. 700. No, 1,000. 1,000 logs, please, and thank you. And 101 adults. There we go. We managed to reach that level. And that'll jump as well once we get these other 2 stone houses in. Check our population there. Increasing. Children. Yep, you can see that's going up. How are we doing for mining? 58%. It's only dropped by 1. Merely the labourers died of old age, sadly. And we're just on building for that herbalist's hut, shack, building. Food's alright, isn't it now? There's logs. That went right up. Food. Most of the big bumps is because we've done trading. It's just how it is. So we're bringing lots of stuff over here. I wonder if we can sell... What we have a supply of things, food-wise, but it doesn't really tell us what the... It says, like, beef. So we know from here the beef, we had 800 last season, 800 mutton, and some amount of eggs. I wonder if it's worthy maybe transferring some beef. Let's say 400 beef and maybe 400 mutton. Let's try it, shall we? We shall give it a try. We've had a couple of people die of old age there. Oh, how are we doing for this? Herbalist hut, 86% completed. What about the other things here? So, previous season we had 6 logs. Obviously we just built it. 123 this season. For the hunting cabin, We've had 30 leather, 1,000 venison, and probably picked up 3 logs. That's alright, that's alright. We don't have any problems with weather. It's not cold. Oh, 99 adults now. So, are they going to finish these houses? I think they might. I'm going to put another one in there. And maybe some stone road. You don't need to do that, but yeah, they'll have a little front gravel area. This is 86% complete. We've got now 101 herbs, medicine, it says, which is good. I still want to get some herbs at the trading post. It is going to be of some benefit. I'm going to say 50. And how much did we produce in the previous season for our herbalist? 48 for this season. It's actually alright, and we're obviously getting more. We had one person working there, we then doubled it, and now we're going to double it again. 87% complete. Looks like someone comes over, hits it once with a hammer, and goes, "Yep, that's a good day's work. Just go back home." Dearie me. Oh, there we go. We've got some new houses. Shell and Merrill. There you go. Teacher and farmer, respectively. And do we, what is what? I was going to say, what can we put around here? It's probably just going to be more housing. Another field of some kind would be nice. I'd be tempted to say for this stuff, like imagine moving that over to say here, and having this just like a really big farm. I don't know how feasible that would be though. Are we maxed out on alcohol? Ale, we are maxed out on alcohol. I'm going to change that to say 300 then and keep producing. Because if they're not eating the cherries, might as well turn it into other things. And 97% complete for the herbalist. But let's talk about mines. So, we have a quarry in here, ready to be flooded at any moment. And then we have the mine. So the mine needs to be placed on a hillside. So ideally, it would go there. But, well, we don't live in ideal world. We live in Generi Town. And that's far from ideal. I mean, we could place it around here, potentially. I reckon if we just keep moving it around, we'll position it. But most likely it's going to be on this side, isn't it? And it would go in there. Yeah. It would sit in there. Yeah, it just slots in there just nicely, actually. There's also this side, which is... a little bit better. It would go there as well. It would indeed fit there. And the mine says, used to mine iron and coal out of the ground, mines cannot be removed once placed. And it means that when it comes to blacksmithing, we can get steel tools, which is logs, iron and coal. And steel tools are apparently better. And the trader's here. The trader is selling wool and ale. I will actually trade for all of their wool. And we'll trade some logs over. And some coats. That's 25 units. 30 units. Trade. The reason I want to do that is we should be able to now make some warm coats, leather and wool. I have a feeling that the supply shortage would be leather. But I don't know if I have any real... yeah, is that definite? I don't know. It does say warm coats, leather and wool, and there's leather there. There's 178 leather, so I'm sure it must be just wool, right? Or have we just reached the limit? No, materials required are not there. Are they still in the inventory? Wool, no, they've been moved over. Oh, it's activating now. Okay, fine. Over to the herbs, and I've got it set to 200, but I do want to get the herbalist increased to 4. And there we are. Okay then. Well, these 2 houses are in. There's a third one getting built. And, well, I do think it would be of some benefit to get in a mine. And to be honest, having a mine... Can you tell where the boundary is for the forester? Because they've all been replanted and such. Oh, good grief. Okay. I think another woodcutter, truth be told. I do think another woodcutter. And they're going to go in... Firewood, yeah. Okay, woodcutter. There it goes. Right, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Banished. In the next episode, we will look at mines. I believe so. And is that maxed out again? Forester's Lodge? It is. Well, let's transfer some more logs over. I mean, I can sit, just store 1,000 logs. I mean, there's no reason why we can't store 1,000 logs, but still bring some more over to the trading post. There's not a problem there. Okay, like I say, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Banished. Definitely want some more wood cutters. I'm guessing if we go to this one here, Firewood, yeah, we've had more housing and such, and I've been relying on 2 for too long. In the next episode, mines. As always, hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far, and comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.